I have a new phone. This is the CAT S22 Flip. It is an Android phone. My OnePlus 6 finally died, and I decided to not buy a new phone. I don't want to have a new phone. I don't want to have the most brand new tech. I don't even want a phone that I can spend time wasting time on. So I purchased this. I had watched some videos maybe a year ago, just kind of thinking of doing a downgrade. I was thinking of feature phones, but really I need Android apps for like two-factor authentication. I like using Google Maps. It doesn't seem to connect to Android Auto. I haven't been able to connect it to my car, but I just use Android apps or Google Maps on my speakers. And I only put Mastodon and my messaging apps and my email and work apps on it. And it has YouTube and the weather and bird call identification program. So the idea was to get something where I'm not going to be just lazily surfing all the time. There are good things and bad things, especially if your goal is to kind of like dissuade yourself from being on your phone all the time. So perk, it is big, it is chunky. This is my Retroid 3. It is about the size of the screen. There we go. So same size there, but then pretty chunky. But, you know, I am tired of buying new phone screen protectors. I don't have to do that here. It's really big. I don't worry when I drop it. And, you know, it's made for construction workers. Actually, if I reboot the phone, we get to see construction workers on the boot screen. So we'll see if that happens. Now, I did buy this used off of eBay. So some stuff isn't working on this thing. I have a friend on Mastodon who also bought this phone. I'm just waiting to see those construction workers. Did I hit reset or power off? So another person on Mastodon bought the same phone and it seems to work fine for them. For me, it doesn't recognize the SD card. I put an old one in. It said it was too slow. I put a newer one in, like a brand new one, and it said, like, not corrupted. It just had issues with the SD card, and it just won't recognize it. So the onboard space is maybe like 16 gigs. It's not a lot. So that is kind of a drag, but that's also dissuaded me from, I don't know if that's the right word, but there's our construction workers and farmers and stuff. So, and my stepdad or my adoptive dad, was an electrician. So very blue collar. So the SD card doesn't work, so I can't really store that much stuff on it. So that means I'm not using it for photos or music. It does have Bluetooth. I could connect it to my car, but just not Android Auto. It has USB-C power, but I don't think there's any other ports. I have not seen a audio port, which I didn't realize. I do like to use wired earbuds sometimes, especially if I'm in waiting rooms, because I just can't stand the TV stuff that they put on in waiting rooms. Like, I don't need to know about your home renovations. Guy who spent $400,000 on a house and is spending $200,000 to renovate it. Yeah, okay. But, yeah. You can T9 text with this. It is a little weird. It has two different types of texting with the phone pad. You could just, by default, start typing the letters of your word you want. So not doing like 1, 2, 3 to get C. Just do like 2, 8. Oh, sorry, like 2, 2, 8, and that would be cat or something. It would just kind of know algorithmically based on the phone letters that you pressed which word you want. But then you have to hit confirm each time after you type a word. You can also hit the pound sign and it'll go into T9 mode. And I did that for a little while, but honestly, it's really, really slow. I forgot how slow it is. So at this point, I just use the touch screen with a just normal swipe keyboard. which also is kind of a way where I don't want to use this for any like major thing. So it's kind of weird to hold if you want to do your swipe keyboard over here. You kind of do that. There's also with the camera, that's kind of in an awkward position. So if I am trying to take a picture, so we can see that, how are you holding it to take a picture where you need to hit this button? So then you're like stretching, you're going to probably put your finger over the camera here. So that's been like trying to take a picture of a squirrel. I'm just like, So it's not the best. And again, with the SD card issue, I can't really take a whole lot of media anyway. The button here is kind of cool. You can set that to have a certain feature for if you hold it down and for if you double click it. So I just have hold down to go to settings and I have double click to go to photo. Let's see. I like having physical buttons. I like being able to go to the home screen again real fast, going to the back real fast. So I use the top ones a lot. I use the number pad a lot. And then this middle one you do for confirm. So, and there's a clear button. So I've been enjoying it well enough. It's doing what I want it to do, which is I can do phone calls and text messages and then kind of read some Mastodon, but then there's also issues. It's not very fast. A lot of websites and apps aren't built for this screen resolution. It's a pretty low resolution. So sometimes stuff will be off the side of the screen and I can't scroll over, or UI elements are overlapping. So it keeps me from downloading food apps, Sometimes when I'm watching YouTube, I'll do this. It won't stay that way, but you have to like lean it against something and I'll just kind of... But it's such a small screen, it's not really worth it. So I have other things I'm doing instead for like all of the garbage content I want, and then taking photos and listening to music. So with my Retroid 3, it is an Android device. I don't really like the interface. I don't know how to change it. It's a little bit weird from like my normal phone. But I have TikTok on here. I have Facebook. But it's on a different item. It's, doesn't have data. It just has Wi-Fi. So it's just laying around. I pick it up. Maybe I'll watch something or scroll, vertically. And then if I don't want to do that, I can go play some games. So I just have that here on this separate thing that has a more traditional phone style screen. I'm still not using it a whole lot. My goal is to kind of like, if I need to write emails or do any communication, try to just do that on the computer. And I haven't even been on the computer that much because I've been between semesters. So summer semester just started and that's online only. So I'm not even like using my car that much right now to even care about the Android Auto. But yeah. So I can't really listen to music on it. I could put music on that phone, but it is not that much space. So I do have this little MP3 player. It is adequate. Let's see, come on. It plays music and it has a interface for ebooks and video, but the video format is like an AMV, I think, format. And I tried to spend some time converting to that format. It's like a really low resolution, like 140 by 160, maybe. But I wasn't successful using FFmpeg in Linux. I just couldn't figure it out. It kept saying it was like a bad format. And it has a photo viewer, FM radio. It's completely adequate. The UI is a little bit weird. I'm not, reviewing this. I'm not really doing a review. I'm just talking about downgrading my stuff, but it's perfectly adequate to listen to music. And it has Bluetooth. I can hook it up to some headphones or my car. So we'll turn that off. I'm actually not even using it very much because if I'm at my computer, I listen to audio there. I haven't been out and about to really need this right now. And then I also have this little digital camera with a lie on the front where it says 16x powerful zoom. I think by powerful zoom, it means it'll take the image that you take a picture of and just zoom that. It's not like an actual zoom. It's not great for photos with multi-contrast, like it has to be very consistent lighting, But if you're doing just general distance, it auto focuses on whatever you wanted it to focus on, then it's decent quality. It's nice and small. The flash is actually just light. Okay. And it does video, but it's just kind of a really small, cheap camera. And it plays music whenever you turn it on and off. So that's what I've been using for photos. My sister is also letting me borrow her old Canon digital camera. So it's a lot nicer. It has an actual zoom. It has the old USB over here. I don't remember if that one's the micro or the mini, because like those words are interchangeable in my mind, so I don't remember which is which. But the old USB type. But it's fun using this again. You can't really do selfies that good, but it's just kind of nice. And it has like a good focus. You just hold it a little bit and it focuses and stuff. I haven't been intending to use this, but I still have my camcorder that I bought, I want to say like a decade ago, but that feels too soon. I'm trying to remember who I was dating when I bought this, because that will tell me what year it was. It might have been like 2012? No. It might have been 2009? 2010? So yeah. Like I remember buying this at Nebraska Furniture Mart. I don't remember which boyfriend I had at the time. But yeah. It was like, I should splurge on a video camera. Okay, and lastly, I do have my PinePhonePro. Why am I not using it as my new phone since the other phone died? Well, I need a adapter for the SIM card. Not the SIM card. Yes, the SIM card. I keep mixing up SD and SIM card. So over here, I would need an adapter. So what's the problem? Well, I've bought adapters twice, and I don't know where either of them are, and I don't know where the back to this phone is. I don't know where I put anything. I was keeping all my PinePhone stuff together, and at some point my PinePhone, the keyboard got separated from everything else, so now the rest of it's lost. But this is here. On a completely unrelated note, a couple weeks ago, I got my formal diagnosis of having ADHD. So, but if I find it somewhere, I will try it out and use it as a main phone for a while. The battery of the PinePhone itself is pretty bad. It's going to be better with the keyboard, I think, but I don't want to carry around the whole keyboard. I'd rather find the back and just kind of use it as a phone. I do carry around a power bank everywhere because I've been using my OnePlus 6 for a long time, and its battery sucks. Also, this thing's battery sucks, but again, I bought it used. Used, it was $50. New, it was $60. I guess new-ish. But, you know, I don't know. It's like, well, I kind of wanted something crappy, but I wanted to be able to use basic apps. So it's taking care of that. I got a little front screen. I can see a preview of who just texted me. My mom just texted me. So let me see real quick. And also the pharmacy wants me to pick up some stuff. Oh, yeah, she's just texting me about my cats. So yeah, and otherwise, I never really use my phone for, I mean, I have, like, work calendars and stuff, but I have a paper planner, and I've been using paper planners for years. That stack of papers right here, this is all my old day planners from different years. So I've been doing that a while, so it's not like it wasn't a disaster when my OnePlus 6 died. Will I buy a new smartphone? I don't think so. At this point, I don't feel like I really need one. As long as I'm able to get stuff done, I like the kind of barrier. So, you know, when I want to respond to work emails or, you know, actually work with Canvas LMS, I go to my computer. I'm not going to be doing that around, or I'm not going to sit around just like, oh, I see, respond to emails from students or messages from students. Though in that same regard, I feel like it does make me more inconvenient to other people. I don't really like the idea of that everyone has like an expectation that you're going to be available within 24 hours, whether that's work or acquaintances or something. Like, I just want to have the luxury of not responding right away. So it could be like, well, sorry, I didn't get the notification on my phone, which is true. Sometimes I don't get the SMS notifications for some reason. I'll get the Signal notifications. But yeah, so I'm going to keep using it. I mean, I've used it enough to like kind of know its nuances at this point of this particular phone. And I don't really have a problem using it. The only like really big downside is I wish it could connect to Android Auto for maps. But at the same time, Android Auto is kind of hot garbage. And with my OnePlus 6 and with someone else's phone, it always seems like the USB is really loose in my car, and I don't know if that's my car, the port, the cable. And I just hate how Android Auto, if it disconnects from USB, you lose that entire connection. The map's still running, but you can't see anything. Just communicate some stuff over Bluetooth so I can keep using that if it disconnects. I know the whole point is to make sure you're not messing with your phone while you're driving, but I don't know. I feel like everything is design bad these days, and I just want to go back to command line. Okay, not that far back. Yeah. Oh, my background was misaligned. Oh well. So, yeah, that's kind of my current experience with that. I haven't been working on my game engine recently because just being on break, I've been outside gardening, bird watching, squirrel watching, trying to make friends with chipmunks and stuff. So now that school has started again, I'll be at my computer more because I have to for work. So then I'll try to get back into the routine of doing more game programming. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been logging off. I didn't intend to wear this shirt on purpose, but I am wearing this shirt. Log off. Go hang out with some plants. Okay, bye.